You know, I actually used to really dislike the sharpshooter. Like honestly, the default sharpshooter is probably one of my least favorite weapons in the game, which is really weird because the alternate one is one of my favorites, probably the favorite weapon in the game, personally. Which I feel is maybe that's a bit of a hot take. I don't know. Do people like this weapon? I feel like how can you not like this weapon? Like, look at it. It bounces so much. Oh, damn. Well, okay, that killed wow. You know, you're wondering, like, how can I like the regular... Oh no, how can I like the alternate sharpshooter so much, but dislike the regular one? What? 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 Huh? What the f... What? Where did that mannequin go? I... Huh? How... What... I have literally never seen this happen once. Ever. Yeah, this game... Yeah, good game. No bugs. No bugs. And... So anyway, as I was saying before, I was very rudely interrupted by the game just fucking breaking. I really like the alternate sharpshooter. And I really don't like the default one. And the reason for that is one change they made. I think it was in the violence I think it was violence update they changed it. And it was the alternate marksman, the alternate sharpshooter getting the instant spin up right when you click it, so you can just, you know, you can just click and bang, off it goes. Whereas the default one still has its like usual like startup time, which I don't like. I don't like the startup time. I don't know. I think it just feels kind of ass. I'm real. I just think it feels ass. I don't know. Much prefer this method of it being instant. Also, the fact like you only get one shot with this thing, yeah, but I wouldn't consider that to be like a really big deal. Because the way I play this game is I play like I do very non-committal things, you know, like I'll use a weapon and then I'll immediately swap to something else, right? Like the most committal thing I'll do is throw down a sword trap or something. But then using the regular sharpshooter, right, you know, you need to wait a second for it to spin up and then fire it off, and then, well, you get 3 of those. But I'm not going to do that 3 times, you know, that's so much time for something that really won't do that much. So I like alternate marksman just being able to fire it off, swap to a different weapon, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get what I'm saying, you understand, you comprehend. Like the fact that it just does more damage, man, come on. Of course I can like the fact that it does more damage. You know, going in with the sort of idea of, oh, it's non-committal, I can just throw it out and forget about it. It does more damage. So if I'm just throwing it out there, it'll do more damage throwing it out there. Won't it? Yeah, you see where I'm coming from here? Makes sense, doesn't it? But then, you know, that's just why I like the old sharpshooter over the default one, right? Why do I like the sharpshooter in general? Good question. Big question. Isn't it kind of obvious? It spins. That means it's cool. But no, in reality, right? I like this thing because of the bounce. The bounce is really cool. And the way it works, that's not a jump start. That one is a jump start, see? But I like the fact that I can interact the bounce like this. Look at that. Or I like how, you know, when it bounces, it'll like explicitly kind of try aiming for a weak point on an enemy. It's like the way the sharpshooter works is a little bit weird. Wow, I'm 12 points of style away from an S, right? That's crazy. But the way the sharpshooter bounce works is a little bit weird, right? If you're in a straight line like this, like what the fuck is that, dude? like what the... It's not super intuitive, I'm gonna be real. However, that's not important because you can sort of trick the game into making it intuitive. Where coins have full auto-aiming, this thing has like kind of auto-aiming. It'll sort of try nudging itself towards an enemy's weak point if one is nearby, right? So, you know, if an enemy is a million miles away, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna do anything. But if there's something nearby, it'll, you know, it'll try going for a weak point. Like if I bounce it off the floor here, you can see it kind of goes for the gutter man. Which I like, that's cool. But then you can use this to your benefit, right? With people asking, like, how do I do the thing with the coins? Well, if you line it up properly, right? So against, like, a wall or the floor, and there's an enemy directly in front of you, it will bounce off the wall, right? And who cares what angle the wall's facing? Because if there's an enemy in front of you, it'll try going for the enemy. And since the enemy's in front of you, you can throw a coin in front of you, and it'll probably hit the coin. So like this. So you could kind of see, right, when I was aiming the sharpshooter, I aimed it off the wall, and it kind of initially wanted to bounce like over there, but because the gutter man was in front of me, it went for its head, and I can throw a coin to bounce it back at the wall, and it will come back through the enemy, so I can throw another coin and, you know, rinse and repeat. Probably one of my favorite techs in the game, just because of how simple, yeah, how satisfying it is. Especially because whenever it's like going through an enemy, it kind of like shakes the screen. I don't know why they did that, but I like it. Okay, let's be real, right? The sharpshooter ability is pretty good, but just having a second alternate revolver is also just really good. Like, come on. It kind of is. Being able to just fire off 2 alternate revolver shots, it's like 5... That's 5 damage, dude. That is a red explosion rocket. Like, just doing this, that's a red explosion rocket. Boom. 5 damage. That's crazy. That's insane. Hello, Editing Guidi here. I am full of shit, apparently. As you can see, if we put down these 2 gutter men, gutter tanks, and then we go bang bing, and then we go bong. Those are different. So I'm full of shit. Never listen to anything I say. Subscribe. And then also, okay, another thing you can do with this, right? Wait, well, like you're bouncing off the coins, is you can kind of like you can shoot the coin as well. So like obviously the coin gets bounced off, right? But you can kind of shoot it as well. And then you can see it says Ultra Ricochet and Ricochet in my style. It did both. I like that. I think it's cool. That thing bounced really high. I don't know, man. This weapon it's so satisfying. I like it. I think it's fun. Am I allowed to think that a weapon's fun? Yeah. A very reasonable and realistic buff you can give this thing, right? I know, incredibly reasonable and realistic. Just give it 3 shots like the regular one. But anyway, back to my very reasonable buff for this thing, because it definitely needs a buff after the instant startup. Yeah, definitely. Just give it 3 shots. It desperately needs the 3 shots of the original sharpshooter. Trust me. Honestly, I feel like every time I use this thing, I'm always kind of surprised by how short the cooldown actually is. Like, it's really not that long. I always expect it to be way longer than it actually is. Okay, buddy. Sharpshooter also just helps me be a fucking fraud in this game. Like, oh, you can't aim? Anyway, Sharpshooter aims for you. Kind of. A little bit. Not as much as coins, obviously, but, you know. But yeah, it aims for you, man. It's like I'm a fraud. I can't aim to save my life, but this thing just goes boing. I also love how it blows up projectiles. The only hit scan weapon in the game, as far as I'm aware, to cause, like, projectiles to explode the way they do. You know, I use it all the time to, like, one-shot Maurice, or to blow a bunch of, like, mind flare bullets.
Yes.
What?
How much?
Like, 60 quid.
Over 200. On 3 of them.
Oh, so like 60 pounds, like 67.
90, 75, and there's another one coming.
So you spent £90 a pair of jeans for both of you?
Yeah. I'm gonna buy more later this month as well, but I'll buy a size down. It's not ideal, is
So
it?
you spent £200 on 3 pairs of jeans that don't fit you.
Pretty much.
Boy, how are you gonna get the money back?
I ain't.
Nice.
But I have some cool jeans now.
That don't fit you.
But they're cool.
That don't fit you.
Sell them to your subscribers.
Oh,
Tell them
true.
we'll do 90 for these ones, 75 for these ones,
Special
and 80 for the other ones.
Special
And I made
Is
it
that how
five.
much you spent for them?
No, I spent 90, 75, 75.
So you spent, what, £240
Plus shipping.
plus shipping, so like 260 on 3 pairs of jeans that don't fit you.
They're cool pairs of jeans, though, to be fair.
They don't fit you.
Well, I didn't know that, did I? Until I found out the hard way.
So you know what? Since I don't know, we're gonna guess and just talk about exploding bullets anyway. Because I like doing that. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that this thing can do that. Despite the fact that like nothing else can do that. As much as the helicopter tech is kind of like completely useless practically, it's really funny. Therefore it's good. I love 7-3. This level is very well built. It has no issues. None whatsoever. Oh my god, that wasn't even the only enemy. Are you kidding me? What? What? Huh? What the? What the fuck? I have never not once seen this. What the God, this level. How is this level in particular just so fucking broken, dude? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Whatever. Who cares? It's funny. Oh, I didn't even mention one of my like favorite things to do with the sharpshooter. If there isn't like, you know, thank you. If there's not, you know, like a wall or anything, you can just, or like if you're like really close. Wow, he just blasted me in the face. As I was saying before, I was once again very rudely interrupted. If you're like really close by to an enemy, you can kind of just throw a sharpshooter at their feet, and then start throwing some coins at their feet. It does a pretty good amount of damage. Like a very nice, like look, watch this. You just look at that. I love doing that. That's so cool, and it completely fucks him up because it's an alternate sharpshooter hitting him like who knows how many times. Out of here. How are you alive? And then you can't forget the Maurice one-shot. The classic. And you also can't forget the very, very inconsistent bouncing it in between. Security system actually worked really well. What can I say? I've made a whole video glazing this thing because I like it. There's not really much more you can say at this point. Other than, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm biased. Yeah, and what? You know, you feel me at that point? Yeah. How the fuck did I make it up there? What? Oh, stand straight into the laser. Yep, nice one, dickhead. You know, I've never really thought about it. But, like, Jumpstart would probably be really good on this ending bit, huh? Anyway, Sharpshooter Gaming. I didn't actually shoot it. There you go, that was Sharpshooter Gaming. I like Sharpshooter Gaming. Man, it's so fun.